Hey y'all, just wanted to give you a minor disclaimer. So, I wanted to do an audio only podcast because I think watching two people talk is kind of boring. So, I'll put in the background the scene that's referenced and the parts that's referenced with each guest. And put some music in the background so you can just hear a conversation. You don't need to watch it, you can listen to it. So, without further ado, here goes the episode.
I would rather be here, lonely in space.
What up, y'all? This is TJ Stukes, and this is the Hear Me Out podcast. This week, for the first episode, I have player 3-5, Meg. What's up, Meg?
Hello, my name is Megan Allen, otherwise known as Megan Marie, with 3Ds and an underscore everywhere on the internet. And like TJ said, I am a health and wellness aficionado. I am an influencer, content creator, but what that really means is I just love creating content and sharing my life, and just me living life in San Diego, going to the gym and making people smile.
Love it.
So, Meg, I know you got out on battleships, warships, whatever it may be, but tell us the thought process. Tell us the why. Tell us what you were thinking while the stressful game was going on, because it was very stressful.
Oh, it's just at that point, I was like, they're gonna get it. I mean, they could have gone all the wrong ways, but I mean, that only makes it that much like further away because it's a race against the clock at this time. We had, I think, only one of their boats eliminated, so we had to eliminate, I think, two more. Oh gosh. Yeah, at that point I was like, okay, we're done. I was like dancing in between takes, and that sounds bad, but I was like, I could see, this sounds so stupid, but as an empath, I can feel what other people are feeling, and I could just feel the like stress of Figgy radiating off of her, and I kind of just wanted to be like, hey, like it's okay, we're here, like we're dancing. But I mean, at that point, like
Oof.
it,
I am so
it
sorry.
was just
How this feel right here?
this just it was just impending doom. Like there was no getting out of it. Like I was going to be eliminated. They knew where the boat was. It was my time is over. The $4.56 million
That's a great
is
picture, by the way.
not mine. Thank you. I was very surprised. I was really hoping that I didn't look scary on my photos, but especially like no makeup, and which is funny I say that because since going on Squid Games, I like rarely wear makeup anymore because I'm like, well, like the whole entire like world has seen me without makeup, so why do I I don't care about like not leaving the house without makeup. But I don't know. At that point, I think I'm quick to see the glass half full. And in that moment, I knew that like it was over. It was the end of the road, which was really sad because I wanted to get to Glass Bridge so bad. That was, as like a Squid Game super fan, that was the one game I was really excited to see the set, like see the production behind it and like experience it. So I think I like had a little moment for what could have been in more memories with friends and experiences in the dorms. But I think in that moment, just accepting that, okay, this is the end of the road. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be miserable. I can be sad. I can acknowledge my feelings of being upset and sad and the fact I just lost a ton of money, hypothetically. But as in this world, I feel like I'm brought in to like bring people up and give light to others. So I'm like, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to like give a little silly dance. Like, it's going to be fine.
So, question: did they show you dancing at all?
It's okay. They showed like one clip of it. They did not really show me dancing at all, which I mean, I guess it doesn't fit in the narrative, but there was like a little moment where I saw a little like shimmy and I was like, okay, they kind of couldn't cut it out because I was trying my best to maintain positivity, but just having to leave all of my friends just in that moment, they didn't even say us like give us any time to say goodbye. They were just like, leave. And We were so stubborn. We were like, no, we're hugging all of our friends. Sorry. And they were like, you guys have to leave. You guys have to go. Like, you know, I was just sitting, we were giving hugs to everybody, like on our team that we got eliminated. So it was really bittersweet, but yeah, I regret not speaking up when I know I should have, because I could have experienced Glassbridge for myself. But I think taking the positives out of the whole experience really left me feeling full leaving there. Like, I might not be exponentially rich, but I gained so many friendships, so many lifelong experiences, and like something that not everybody can say that they did. Like, just the experience of being there and like testing my limits and pushing my limits. I speak to this a little bit, but before going to Squid Games and having that whole experience, I dealt with a lot of anxiety in my life. Like, I would shake physically whenever I was doing anything new. And I don't know what it was about the experience, but the moment that I stepped into the Squid Game world in there and had to just like give up all of my like ability to control anything and focus on just how I was feeling and coping and calming and strategizing and being myself, I didn't shake at all. Like, I had no moments of like physically shaking. And I remember in red light, green light, I was like, I was running and like staying still. And in one of those moments, that's one of the times that I would be like, oh my God, or right before it, I would be like, this is terrifying. What's going to happen? But I just had so much faith in myself and like I could overcome it. And I think my mom in the back of my head was speaking to me like, you can do anything you set your mind to. She instilled that in me from a very young age. So it hasn't come back, like, which is crazy. I completely cured my anxiety
Wow.
without, I think just by pushing my limits so hard in this game. And that sounds silly
Wow.
to anybody who wasn't there, because they didn't really show how we, how we were experiencing and what we felt and how we were like managing the social aspects of being away from home and not having anything to like structure your day around. But being able
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I get it.
find those tools and coping, like I did my hair every day to be like, okay, that's something to look forward to. I'd like do my hair different. It's just so stupid, but yeah, I don't know. It was really awesome. Just taking away that from the experience is worth a lot more than money to me, in my opinion.
Wow, that's beautiful. One thing that you said was basically conquering your anxiety, attacking what held you back, and literally slaying your anxiety. That's something that is amazing, and I commend you so much for that. Yeah, wow, beautiful, magnifique.
No, I mean, it is.
Wow.
It's truly. I think I was just fully present in the moment and just fully with myself and being who I am on such a uncertain scale of where a lot of people were being very strategic. A lot of people were like kind of trying to figure out, what do I do next? I just went in there like no plans. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to follow what I feel is right in the moment. And I'm not going to try to overthink it, because there's so many ways that it could come out. And I think that concept has just followed me out of there.
So, question: how did life change or alter in any way post Squid Game? Like, did people recognize you? Did people was like, oh my God, it's 035. I don't know your name, but is it like, how did that affect you post Squid Game, the challenge? Because somebody had to recognize you, right?
I think that it was really interesting because I didn't expect much, since I wasn't like shown talking at all, which I like to think that I had a lot of good. They pulled me for let me finish that thought. Sorry. I like to think that I had a lot of good things that I was saying in the like little side rooms. They pulled me for a lot of myths. So I was like, well, at least me talking has to be in there somewhere. Like, they called me like 8 or 9 times when most people didn't get called even once. So I was like, well, whatever's going to be in there, whatever. I was true and authentic to myself the whole time. I did it. If they were trying to like lead me with any questions, I was like, no, actually, that's not how I'm feeling. This is how I'm feeling. Which is probably why I didn't put more of me in. But I think that by not speaking in the show, really, just seeing my face there and seeing the photo that they picked, obviously they have rotating like title screens, but seeing the photo that they picked for like the main like cover of like on Netflix occasionally being my face, and like understanding that everybody on Netflix is gonna like, even if they didn't know it was me, like they saw my face. Like that's such a weird concept to think about. And I think a lot more people than I would have imagined have come up and been like, oh my God, like you're on Squid Games. Like I saw you from Squid Games. Like that's crazy because I literally didn't talk at all, but thank you for noticing me.
And you don't realize that your reach has gone further because of the show. And people notice you now, like even more because your following is huge.
As far as like how it's affected me post game and like going into life with just these experiences, with despite not really being shown speaking about my experience show, honestly I'm kind of happy because it allows me to create my own narrative. Like I'm not just giving it up to the Netflix editing gods to decide how people are going to view me. So I think I had like a unique experience where people saw my face, and if they really wanted to find me, I was on TikTok like speaking about my experience. I was on TikTok like answering questions, which I wasn't necessarily sure if I was able to do at the time, but other people were doing it, so I was like, well, might as well. And I think it added a lot of perspective, just gathering people to see who the real me is was a really awesome blessing that not a lot of people who were shown on the show have the opportunity to like have, because everybody makes their own narrative when they see it. Like they're not going to dig deeper. They're just going to see what they see on Netflix and assume that that is correct and that's how that person is. They're not going to think even deeper about it and be like, well, maybe they got a bad edit, or maybe they like edited that differently. And I don't know. I feel like very blessed from the whole experience, and just the friendships that I've kept from this experience, and being able to just have this in common with so many people, and like that one shared experience builds like a fun sense of community that I know I'll have for life. And yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. I don't know. It's really exciting. It's given me tools, and I'm excited to move into the next chapter of whatever my next adventure is going to be.
That's the beautiful thing about life. You just don't know where it's going to take you. Such a beautiful human being. But in wrapping, where can people find you? What is your social media? Anywhere. Just let the people know where they can reach out to you if they want to.
You can find me anywhere at Megan Marie with 3 E's and an underscore. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, like any major platform. I'm there, spreading nice, good fitness information in a nice, positive way that's palatable, and wellness. And people get scared of fitness, so I like to approach it in a way where it's not like you need a lift or else you're gonna die, but more just like, hey guys, like I want you to live your best lives, and I think that taking care of yourself and your mental health is important. So
I absolutely love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. And I will stand on this hill that you should have got a bigger character arc, because you are greatness.
Thank you. I agree. They just Netflix couldn't handle Megan Marie with 3 E's underscore, I guess.
3 E's underscore. I love it. But this ends the Hear Me Out podcast for this episode. Thank you, Meg, for joining me and telling your side, basically. But everybody, I'm going to be doing this 2 episodes a week. Thank all of you for even listening. Meg, one more time, thank you, and peace out.